my 18-year-old son, his favorite player in the NFL is JuJu Smith-Schuster because of JuJu's presence on TikTok. He does those dances on TikTok, and young people love that. So I guess I would ask you, Dominique, Tomlin says he's going to talk to him about it. Is there any problem with it?
No, there's no problem with it. The problem is that they're not winning. Like, it doesn't really matter. I think that sometimes we forget that this is an entertainment medium. That's what we're really doing here. That is the business of the NFL. I know the business of the individual players is to win and to play well. Like, that's what matters. But this is an entertainment medium, and it's good for the league to have personalities like JuJu Smith-Schuster. It may not be good for him necessarily, but I think it's kind of ridiculous to think, and Mike Tomlin seems to think the same thing. It's ridiculous to think that somehow JuJu's dancing on the emblem is going to make, or on the logos of other teams, is going to make the game even harder for the players on the field. Like, guys have maximum motivation going into games. They don't show up on Sundays like, man, I'm going to give it 75% today. Oh! Is JuJu dancing on the logo? Well, I'm going 100 now. Now I'm going to go 100%. I was going to save 25. I was going to save 25, but JuJu out there going Usher on this logo, and nothing means more to me than protecting this logo of this team. And this is the third team I've been on. However, this logo right here, how dare
it's the most important.
Yeah, how dare he go in there with his cleats and do moves like he think he Chris Brown.
Okay, so I agree, but RC, sometimes like after the fact, so now the Bengals do hit him, and they hit him right on the logo, and he fumbles, and everyone says, see, that's because they were so mad that he was dancing on their logo.
Well, everyone's dumb. That would be my answer to that part of it. I think, and so like this is the problem, right? If this was DeAndre Hopkins, we wouldn't have this issue. If this was DK Metcalf, if this was Stephon Diggs, like Stephon Diggs can go Chris Brown, he can go Usher, he can go Bobby Brown, he can go any of these amazing dancers that we've had on anybody's logo because he goes and dances on your logo in the end zone. Isn't that what this is really about? Not the logo he dances on before the game, but the one he's not dancing on during the game in his 0-3 span for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like that's the issue. The other part of it is this. The reason this has become, I think, to me, a topic is when Josh Allen is giving his pregame speech and he says, let them do the expletive dancing, we just do the work. Here's the only problem I have with that. You know who used to do the work? The Pittsburgh Steelers. Right? You know who come from a blue-collar community, a city that's built on toughness, a city that's built on all we care about is winning football games? The Pittsburgh Steelers. And so when other teams start to adapt that mantra and you don't, that's the issue. But the only reason he needs to be talked about or needs to be talked to about it is because they're losing.
Yeah.
You ever thought that, Dan?
That's the thing. That's Tomlin's point, right? Like, he's not going to sit here and say we're losing because of this, but he'll talk to JuJu, and I don't think he's going to say, hey, JuJu, you got to stop doing this. I think he's going to talk to him about, hey, let's make sure this doesn't escalate to a point where it causes us any more problems than we already have. Right. And that's it, right? Like, I don't think Tomlin buys into the idea that Von Bell hit him harder because he danced on the low. All that stuff is nonsense, as these guys are discussing. But I think, when a coach like, I remember with Tom Coughlin, Odell Beckham's rookie year, and he was talking about Odell and some of his antics. He said, my point is, I want to make sure he's not doing stuff that gets us 15-yard penalties, right? So that kind of conversation, I think, is what Mike Tomlin has to talk to JuJu Smith-Schuster about if you asked him.
It's an interesting way of looking at it. One way or another, we will see. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.